Hi, I'm TJ Walker. This is the Habit Influencer. This is the show where we talk to you about all the latest information, insights, techniques on how to have positive habits in your life. Habits that will give you more fulfillment, better health, better career, better personal relationships. That's what we're all about here. Who am I? Who is TJ Walker? Why are you listening to me talk about habits? I'll be very candid with you. I don't have a PhD in psychology. I'm not a medical doctor. I am not someone like Anthony Robbins you've seen on the international stage for decades. Who am I and why am I here? Who am I to tell you anything about habits? Well, let me tell you my journey of how I got here. For the last 30 years, I've traveled the globe helping presidents of countries, prime ministers, Nobel Peace Prize winners, Miss Universes, you name it, on one habit. And that's the habit of how to speak effectively, how to speak to the media, how to go on TV, how to go in front of a camera like this and not be scared, how to give speeches. So I helped people with this one specific habit. And it's a lot of fun. It's been a tremendous journey, going all over the world, having worked in 35 countries. And I really honed my craft in teaching people how to influence their audiences. Now, sometimes the audiences might be millions on international TV or major broadcast within a country. Other times the audience could be 1,000 people. Other times the audience could be 10, 50, maybe 3 venture capitalists. Sometimes the audience is just one other person sitting across the room from you or from a table. So I have a lifetime of experience teaching people how to influence audiences. And then one day, really only a couple of years ago, I sat back and reflected and thought, what's the most important audience of all? If you could influence any one person to have the biggest impact on your career, you might at first blush think, well, it's getting this investor, this huge investor, this angel investor to give me $1 million. You may think it's this one person to hire me at Goldman Sachs. And certainly influencing someone like that can have a big impact on your career and your life. But there's someone else where if you could influence this person, it would have an even bigger impact. I'm talking about yourself. If you could just influence yourself, if you could speak to yourself in a way where you truly influence the actions you take, that would be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate way of making you successful, aligning your goals with your daily activities in a way that success is, if not guaranteed, at least the odds are dramatically improved. So I asked myself, how can I help people influence themselves? Now, I've been a student of personal development my whole life and read all the How to Win Friends and Influence People, the Anthony Robbins books over the decades, Ben Franklin's memoirs. I read all that. I went back and reread all that in the last couple of years. And what I concluded is there are a lot of great books on personal development to help people. There are also a lot of great seminars to help people. And I've been to the Anthony Robbins 3-day workshop, and you walk on coals. Fabulous experience, wonderful. I'm not saying anything negative about those. But then I asked myself, are these books truly influencing individuals? Is it truly having an impact on people's lives, the habits they follow through on a daily basis? Are they really affecting my own habits? And I had to be candid with myself and just realizing other people I've worked with didn't seem to be. And there's a lot of different techniques out there. There's NLP, there's hypnosis, there's psychotherapy. We all know, Woody Allen's gone to see a psychiatrist every week for 60 years. Has it made a big impact? There are drugs that help people. There is psychotherapy. There is something called tapping. There's self-hypnosis. There are so many tools out there to help people influence themselves. what's really working? What has the biggest impact? And I started looking at the numbers, and there's $1 billion or so spent on personal development books and products and tapes each year. There are many billions of dollars that are talking about what's really happening and with psychotherapy and drugs. There's so many different things happening, but do any of them truly have an impact? And I looked around more broadly. What truly did have an impact that you could measure? Now, my friends who are psychotherapists will say, hey, the great thing about psychotherapy, wonderful business model. You get a customer, comes back and pays every week forever. That's good for psychotherapists, and I'm not maligning that profession. But it doesn't really mean that there's evidence it works. What is it that changes people's actions, that influences people's actions the most? It's not books. It's not workshops. It's not seminars. It's not NLP. It's not hypnosis. It's not psychotherapy. When I looked around, I found something else. And that's what I'm going to tell you in part 2 in just a moment. That's about all for now. If you like this and got anything helpful out of it, go ahead and follow me on the links below. I'm TJ Walker. See you soon.